Hey guys, my name is Nate, and I'm a 25-year-old burn survivor and amputee, and today I'm going to be talking about mindset and how I try to stay positive. So what exactly do I mean by mindset? My definition of mindset is like your point of view or your general attitude towards life. It's not dictated by one bad day, but it's kind of just like your default state. So you might be thinking, well, that's great, but why does that apply to me? How is this important? So positive thinking, which is a huge part of having a positive mindset, has actually been shown to increase self-esteem as well as reduce anxiety. Not to mention, it improves physical health and it can even change your outlook on life for the better. Positive thinking is actually one of the main drivers for me to make these YouTube videos because it gives me the ability to take a negative experience and turn it into something enjoyable or informative for somebody else, and that means a lot to me. So a few years back, I actually had a pretty negative mindset. Kind of started in 2020, when everyone had to mask up and we couldn't leave the house, and that led to a lot of anxiety and, negative thoughts. So I did a lot of work. I read a lot of books and articles, and I did pretty much whatever I could to try and better my mindset. Another reason positive thinking is so important is because it doesn't just benefit you, but it benefits everybody around you, because you see the best in yourself and you're able to be a better version of you. And not only that, but you can see the best in everybody else and you can help bring that out. One of the biggest things I've learned throughout all of this is that your mind is attuned to validate whatever you feed it. So if you're looking for positivity, then I'm sure you'll find lots of it, but the same thing goes for negativity. So here's a fun thought experiment. I want you to look around the room that you're in and try to count as many red things as possible. Go ahead right now. Look around, count as many red things as you can see. Okay, so while you were doing that, how many blue things did you see? You probably can't tell me, right? Because you were looking for red. So that's the same. If like red is, say, negativity and blue is positivity, if you're looking for red, you're probably not going to see the blue, but you're going to see burgundy. You're going to call that red. You might even see some light brown, call that red too, just because that's what your brain's looking for. So the beauty of that too is, say the blue things you're looking for are happiness or success or whatever you want to achieve. The cool part is not everything's going to be blue, but sometimes you can create success or you can create happiness where there is none just by looking for it. Same as with the red, if you found burgundy and you call it red, well, you're going to be pissed off and have a horrible day no matter what. But if all you do is look for blue, maybe it won't be blue, maybe it'll be teal, and you'll go, hey, that's good enough for me. All right, so we talked about what a positive mindset is, we talked about why it's important, and now I'm going to give you guys a few different strategies that I've used. So positive self-talk is a huge one. Anyone that makes a mistake and then immediately goes, oh, you stupid idiot, I can't believe you did that. And then, you think about it all day and then it keeps you awake at night. That is where it starts, or at least that's where it started for me, because I had the worst self-talk on the planet. And anytime I would fail at something, I just immediately shot myself down. And then that's like looking for red, right? It's the first thing that pops into your head is negativity or frustration or anger. So after I started working on my positive self-talk, it may sound a little cringy, but I realized that my life's not really about me. I try to impact as many people as I can day to day in a positive way. And for me, that really helps. It gives me a purpose, and it kind of helps relieve my stress too. If I'm helping other people, that makes me feel better. But I think one of the biggest parts is just focusing on the good, focusing on positive things, and then eventually that will become a habit. The more you practice it, the easier it gets. One of the biggest tips for me was to really embrace my humor, because I always used it as kind of like a coping mechanism, but if you really spend time figuring out what makes you laugh and what you find funny, that is invaluable. And once you do that, you can start taking yourself less seriously and just laugh at your mistakes. So one of the biggest tips that I can give you is what I call the top 5. So what the top 5 is it's essentially the top 5 people that you spend time with. And beliefs are contagious. So if you're hanging around with great people, then eventually you're going to develop some great habits and a great mindset. Having good friends is just really key. You don't need a lot of them, but they need to be very high quality. So if you're trying to figure out which friends should be in your top 5, I have a list of some traits that really matter a lot to me. The first one is optimism. So for me personally, like if you're a glass half full kind of person versus someone that's always looking at the negative, that really boosts me up. It gives me a lot of energy. I like to be around people like that. Acceptance is huge. If someone's gonna make fun of you over something you do or something that you like, those aren't the kind of people you want to hang out with. Gratitude's a big one. Entitled friends are the worst. And of course, mindfulness, because mindfulness is a lot of having a positive mindset. You know, it's being present and realizing what you're doing and saying and what impact you have on other people, and just being respectful, all in all. I know this video is a little different, but I wanted to do something creative and, you know, just kind of break up some of the medical stuff a little bit. So ultimately, you just need to figure out what works for you. It's gonna take some trial and error, but these are some of my strategies. I hope they helped. Thank you so much for your time. If you want to support the channel, please leave a like, comment if you have any questions, and subscribe if you want to see more videos.